to episode 109 of the Suburban Stitcher podcast. My name is Diane, and today is December 19th, 2016. I officially have an 11-year-old today, which is blowing my mind. Also, I have recorded the first section of the podcast twice now. Trying with lighting and sound and new directions of the room. I used a microphone that in a 19-minute clip, by the end of it, was off by 8 seconds. Sound and video not matching. So that thing is going to go in the trash can. I'm already kind of over it today, but I don't know what other time I'm going to have this week to do this, so let's get to it. I'm also going to be reaching around a lot because things are sort of already thrown around from the first 2 times that I podcasted. Sorry. Okay, so let's talk works in progress. I have been working on my Advent blanket, which is my name for it only right now during Advent, but my kids and I made an Advent calendar for me to pull out a square of yarn for me to work on for my pink and purple blanket. So every day I've been working on one of these, and so today's the 19th. I've put in 19 squares, one every day. I've kept up pretty much. I think there was one day that I had to do 2 squares, or 2.5 squares even, a couple weekends ago, but for the most part, it's going well. I do have my larger mitered square blanket is linked in my Ravelry project pages, but this is the exact same thing. I'm just doing 44 stitches, instead of 64. So, but yeah, really, really loving how it's turning out. Right now, I think I have 40 or 41 squares done. It's 6 this way, right? Yeah, 6, and then almost 7 complete rows across. I just have one more. So 41, yeah, 7 times 6 is 42, so one less would be 41. 41 squares, almost 42. This will be a forever project at this rate, which is totally fine by me. And then I'm knitting it on my signature 7-inch straights. This is the teardrop end, and these are size 2.5 millimeter, which I believe is a US 1.5 most places. And then occasionally, not every day, but on and off as I have felt like it, I have been knitting on my crocheted scrap blanket. So a couple of times as I have finished a little ball on my mitered square, I'll put it into this blanket. So there's actually 2 different colors here. There's the kind of this heavier speckled one right here, and then this is hedgehog teacup, I believe, and then there's this purpley blue on the outside that I just finished up. I don't know what that one was. Most of the minis that I've been knitting with are swaps and gifts, and many of them are unknown, and that's just perfectly fine with me. I am just enjoying working with them. So I cannot remember if I put in any work on these socks, but this is a pair of Christmas socks that I have on the needles. This is the West Yorkshire Spinners. It's the holiday colorway I believe that they came out with last year. I want to say it's called Holly Berry or something like that, but I could be totally wrong. And I'm knitting it on size US 1, 2.25 millimeter Knitter's Pride Royale DPNs, and I really enjoy knitting with them. I have been working on, as I said, I'm reaching a little bit. I have been working on my You'll Poke Your Eye Out, I think is the colorway name. yeah, you'll shoot your eye out. Brazen Stitchery. This is a self-striping colorway, and that's how it's turning out so far. I really, really, really like it. Her stripes are a little bit wider by a row or two than some other dyers, and I am digging it. I just really, really love this. This is on a Stellina base, and I am knitting this on DPNs, my signatures, size 1, 2.25 millimeter. Pretty much 2.25 millimeter is what I use for all my socks, unless it's a sport weight or a DK weight, and then I go up a needle size typically. I also knit 64 stitches around. So this is going to be just a big sock tube, and then I'll cut in an afterthought heel using my friend Kirby Werby's little tutorial video that she put out on YouTube many, many years ago that is sort of making the rounds again. It is a really great tutorial video, and I'm so glad that she's dyeing yarn again. And yes, it's all really, really good. And the last sock whip that I worked on is some Suburban Stitcher yarn, and this is what I dyed up in honor of our annual Christmas vacation watching kind of friend party that we have every year with some of our friends who are also lovers of the movie. And this is in kind of my tribute to the scene where Cousin Eddie is dumping his septic tank from the RV into this the sewer system on the street, or just the drains. And he's out there in his bathrobe. So this yarn is sort of on a barely blue-gray background, because that whole like snowy street where he was standing, he's also wearing kind of a dirty bathrobe, so it's just sort of that like dirty white. It has the forest green is for his hat that he wears, that's like with the ears, and then he's got the bright orange tube that he's emptying the sewer into the drain system, and the dark brownish purple splotches for sewer junk. Whatever, fill in the blank, whatever you want to have it represent. But I love that scene. I love how it's knitting up. So I'm going to do this without shaking. Oh, there you go, that's better. You'll see my face, but I love how it's knitting up. And I'm really very, very happy with this colorway. So on Instagram, I talked about, I am hosting a giveaway for this skein, which is a matching skein that was dyed at the same time. This is called Merry Christmas. The beeper was full. Subbing out myself. But it is just a really, really fun colorway. And the winner, I asked my youngest son to pick a number between 2 and 240, because we had 240 entries or comments on that post, and the winner he picked number 222. And that is, Mama KH3 on Instagram. And I will link you on Instagram when I announce it there. And if you'll contact me and give me your mailing address, I will get it out as soon as I can. I don't know that I'll get it out in time to get it to you for Christmas, but you'll certainly get it right after Christmas. And it's a colorway that could be knit anytime, I believe. It's not necessarily, doesn't scream Christmas to me like some other colorways do. So it would certainly be appropriate for all year. And the last thing that I have been working on is, I don't want to say it too loud, but it is a gift that I'm making. And this is a hat And the yarn is Malabrigo Mecca, and I think it's the Potion, Pocion colorway. But I love just these dark colors with, it's lots of different colors, but it's almost like it has a black wash or a burgundy wash or something over all of them, or maybe even a navy wash. It's just very, it's a good man colorway. And the pattern that I'm using is called Everyday Brew. There's lots of texture, twisted stitches, and garter rows, and I think it's just going to be a really, really great sort of go with everything hat for the recipient. So I think this will be very nice. And I'm hoping to have this done this week, obviously, since Christmas is on Sunday. I believe that that is it for the things that I've worked on over the last few weeks. I have spent so much time sewing and dyeing yarn and doing new, to me, business things with this yarny venture that that has taken up quite a bit of my knitting time. And also just the being in December and having holiday things and parties and events and birthdays and just wanting to spend time with my family. So I'm just really enjoying the Advent season right now, and I hope that you are too, and that you've been able to take some time for yourself. I want to talk a little bit about the shawl that me and everyone on Instagram seems to be obsessed with right now, and it's the Find Your Fade shawl. I am not going to be hosting a knit along for it by any means, but I'm sure that there are other people that are. But I have put together several fades, and I have two that are really calling my name, and I cannot for the life of me decide which one will be the one that I go with. So I want to show them to you, and I might actually have to insert pictures, but I will attempt to hold up my fades. So I have, and a lot of these are hedgehog club colorways, kind of half and half club, half. Anyway, this is a club colorway. This one is called Goosebumps. Then it fades into pistachio. So it picks up some of those darker, but it has some other colors kind of coming in here, a little more pink. This is Monet, a little bit lighter minty blue with a little more pink and browns. I don't know how I'm going to be able to hold all these. We'll see. The next one, this is Peepaloo Fields, a very, very light pink. I mean pink, mint, barely there mint, with a few dark gray speckles and some white undyed areas. So that's kind of a gradient, mint gradient there. So then next to that, I have this hedgehog, which is Film Noir. I have knit a shawl out of this in singles, and this is the sock yarn. So it's grays with the darker grays and a little more pink right there. Then I have this, which is so lovely. This is Moon Rover Wild. This is the Stalagmite colorway. So darker grays, a little bit of purples, some of those browns still in there, and then a little more pink, as you can see. And this is another Brazen Stitchery. This is the only one. I love it because of the darkness of it, but it also has sparkle. I don't know if I like that, but so that's one fade. You can sort of see. So that's a pretty good fade, pretty good gradient. So that's a favorite. The other favorite that I have is this one. These have been sitting on my floor for a little while, so there's like fabric threads from sewing. Fool's Gold. This is a potluck colorway. This has a lot of those oranges and golds in it. This is Yarn Ink with some of those goldy naturals and then whites with colors. This one is People Who Fields, mostly natural with just pops of color, kind of losing the yellow in this one. This one has a little more pink, a little more gray, kind of a grayed pink, but still has some golds in there. It's like my little yarn babies over here. This is another People Who Fields. Oh, I didn't say this was Lammy Toes. This is Lammy Toes right here. This is another People Who Fields Old Soul. It has a lot of these pinks, pinky mauvey purples with a few yellow gold splotches. So moving more pink on there. You can really see at the bottom. And then the final one would be this mauvey pink. So I just really love them both. I can't decide. So I will probably, like I said, I will have either right now or at some point during this put in maybe a better picture of those gradients so that you can see, but I'm loving the idea of this shawl. I really want to cast it on. I think that might be like a January 1st treat for me for the new year. Very excited about that. I have a few lovely things that came in this time. My sweet friend Stacy dyed a phenomenal grouping of holiday yarns, and I, like the rest of everybody on Instagram, fell in love with the, I think it's Christmas lights or tangled lights or something like that colorway. And I don't have the ball band for this one, but it is a lovely self-striping skein with that really pretty deep green, that sort of light pinky red, and then it's going to have a variegated stripe with these tangled lights. I just love it. So that'll be a fun colorway next year to be able to save and cast on. I got 2 skeins. This is my only other, really my only, I believe, Black Friday, Cyber Monday yarn purchase. The Yarn at Home Mom, which is just becoming a favorite dyer of mine. She had a sale and I took advantage of it because I've been enjoying my Dragonfly In sock yarn so much. And this is her shimmer sock base. And this is, the colorway is called 8675309. And I just love the grays and the pinks and the golds and purples. And that one, super pretty. And this colorway is, it's Christmassy, but it doesn't scream Christmassy to me. This one's called Over the River and Through the Woods, also on her shimmer sock, which is a gold stellina. Gold? I believe it's gold stellina. Super pretty, super fun colorways. So I purchased those, and that's really it for all of my Hello Lovelies this week. I have just been knitting on a lot of my own yarn. You can see, I guess a Hello Lovely is I have this lovely sort of strawberry-ish, mauve-ish tint to my hair. It has lightened up quite a bit since I got it done, which is what hair tends to do when it is dyed, particularly not browns and blondes and normal colors, but mauve, I need to say mauve. I looked it up, it is mauve, not mauve, mauve, which mauve hair is not necessarily what everyone else would call normal, but I totally think it's a normal hair color. So, anyway, yes, this is fun. I've been enjoying it. I'm very tempted, however, to go get it a little bit darker and a little more intense next time around. So we'll see what my lovely April, who is my stylist, has up her sleeve for me. I do want to talk a little bit about shop update items. There are a few things still in the shop. There are some Cinder and Tainted Love, and this is Suburban Stitcher yarn, so these are already in the shop. Oh, and I will say the rest of this is going to be shop update, shop news, happenings, and so if you're not interested in that, totally understand, and you're welcome to turn this off. But this is Cinder and Tainted Love. These are on the sock base, so this is a merino nylon blend. And then I have, these are perfect for you shawl knitters out there. If you get some Christmas money that you're burning a hole in your pocket, this will be perfect. It's a little luxury. It's a merino silk. This is liquid silver. Beautiful, shiny, light silver gray. That's, like I said, a merino silk single ply. And then I also have this color. This is, I think I just called it mauve. These would be beautiful together if you wanted to get one of each. Or, obviously, I am in a pink and gray mood these days because maybe I am and y'all aren't, because this is what's left in the shop. So I have, and those, oh, that's all. The mauve is also on the single ply merino silk. Gorgeous drape. You can just see it's just got a beautiful drape to it. Those are ready to ship out right now immediately. And I think anything that ships tomorrow, according to the USPS, by first class mail, should get there by Christmas. I can't guarantee anything, of course, but according to the website. So, and that's by Tuesday the 20th. The other things that I have coming up in the shop, I have 4 new colorways that I just really had fun swimming around in the dye pots and trying some new things and some techniques and new colors. You know, when you get new colors in, you want to try them out. So I have 4 new colorways that will be coming into the shop this week. I have a few new bags that will be coming up, and then I have one that's a bag yarn kit, which I'm very, very excited about. It's the first time that I have dyed some yarn specifically to match a fabric. So I'm really anxious to see how the interpretation of it worked out. I think it went really well, and I hope you do too. So that shop is probably going to be updated, let's say Wednesday. Let's go back to Wednesday. I don't know if afternoons or evenings are better for y'all. I'll just leave it open. I'll say Wednesday at some time. I may put a poll out on Instagram, or you can comment on Ravelry or YouTube and let me know which is the best time or day for y'all. This week it'll be probably Wednesday, just because we're already at Monday. But if there's a better day or time or suggestion that you would like as far as shop update to be, then I am certainly open for suggestions, because I want it to be easy for you guys to be able to get your hands on what you like. I think that is it for this week. I just want to wish everyone a very Merry Christmas. I hope that you are spending time with those you love and doing the things that you love. Thank y'all so much, and I'll see you soon. Bye, guys.